everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Jeff here, and today I'm going to show off my Terminator collection. Now, I don't think I've said this on the channel, but Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time, and so is the Terminator franchise. So, over the years, I've gotten a big stack of all the Terminator movies I have. This is probably the most physical media of certain franchise I've have. So, I just figure I'm just going to share it all, because I have a lot, and here we go. Now, first one, we'll start off with the DVDs and work way towards bottom. I don't have any VHSs of the first 3 Terminator movies or laserdisc, but I'm not really actively looking for those. But if I do find them, I would get it. But I don't even have a VCR. It would just have it just to be cool for the collection. So let's get started. First one is Terminator. Now this was just that. This was the DVD I got before I think even Blu-rays existed. I remember just seeing it in the store, and I got it. They have a newer one, and I've seen it. I almost got it. I think it was like $5. It has a different slipcover. I have this. I sometimes either see it with this, or if I see it with the slip. I never see this slipcover anymore. It's like a hologram one. But I think it was another one that was red or something. I don't know. It was a different one. I almost got it, but I was like, do I really want to own another Terminator? The first Terminator on DVD, and I was just like, nah, I don't know. Maybe if I see it again, I'll probably get it if it's cheap. But that's that one. Then there's the Terminator 2 Extreme Edition. Now, what was cool about this, it had all new makings. And what did this have? Yeah, it has so much new makings on it, and at the time, it was like the best sound, best picture quality ever. And it came in this cool, it came in this cool slipcover. It was like, you know, kind of like a T1000 liquid metal thing. So it was kind of cool. So I remember getting it like the first day it came out, and it has like a cool manual. It has the disc. I remember these discs are so scratched up because I watched this so much back then on my DVD player. But after that, and then what was cool is I would get that, and then I remember not getting the Ultimate Edition. And I remember when by the time this came out, they didn't have any more Ultimate, and I was like, I want the Ultimate. No, let me correct that. This does not have the T2 making. The Ultimate Edition has. Now, what's cool about this one is it comes in a fatter DVD case. Like, see, opens up. And it has 2. It didn't have the manual because I got this used. Remember when GameStop used to sell movies? That's where I found this. I was like, I think I was looking for GameCube games, and I was like, what the? They sell it? And I was like, I think it was only like $10 or something. This is 20 years ago, I believe. Yeah, so I had to get this. So I was like, oh my gosh, it's out of print. They don't sell anymore, and they sell it here. I got it, and I've held it on ever since. I'm never letting go of this. And then there's also Terminator 3. Now, Terminator 3, I saw this in the theater, and at the time, I was just excited to see a Terminator movie. So I was just like, it's like Arnold's back. It didn't bring back James Cameron, but I was like, who cares? It's Arnold again. I remember seeing it opening weekend, and it was so. Most people don't like Terminator 3, but I do. I still think it's good. Compared to the other movies we have, you gotta admit it's pretty cool. And I don't think they ever had a slipcover with this one. I mean, it has like a cool, like stuff like that, like manual and everything, but. I think this is, I didn't get this right when it came out because I remember having cable at the time. So I just would watch it on TV all the time. But you know TV, it's extremely edited versions. So I didn't get this until way later. And then Blu-ray came out. So with Blu-ray comes the first Terminator movie. Ended up buying it again because, you know, it needs 1080p. But this one is the one that's not a good transfer. It's like upscaled from the DVD. And it's just really bad quality. It doesn't look good at all. And I remember we were stuck for this. I remember seeing the reviews for this, and they were like, oh, this is a bad transfer. And I mean, it was bad, but this was, on my older HD TVs, it looked alright. But on like when you present it on a 4K TV, this does not look good at all. But I still have it just because I just like to keep it. I think this is the one that's the improved one. If you ever, make sure to get the one with the red case. Because if you get the one with the red case, this is the proper 1080p transfer. I don't think there's a 4K edition yet, but this one is already really good. It doesn't have really anything, just like, I think this one, oh yeah, it came with cards, which is cool. I wish I got the slipcover with this. I didn't get this right when it came out. because I just saw it on cheap. I think it was like $7 on sale, and I was like, okay, this is the better copy. I have to get it. So I ended up getting that one. And then there's Terminator 2, the Skynet edition. Now I remember this when it came out, and this one I was so excited because this had everything from the Ultimate, everything from the Extreme, and had some new featurettes and makings and interviews, and it had 1080p. This, I believe, was the best quality possible at the time. I think it still is too. They never came out with a Skynet edition. I've seen this one before. I don't even think this one's sold anymore. I hardly ever see it, but when I see it, it doesn't have the slipcover. It would have this only, which I'm so glad I got it because I feel like this slipcover is rare now. And I remember watching this a lot too because this had everything. This even had, because there's a special, there's a theatrical release, there's a special edition, then there's a Skynet edition, which this one has. You had to put a password. I think I wrote it down because I never remember. You put the password, and it puts the alternate ending with. It puts the alternate ending with one scene where the T-1000 is like going in John Connor's room, and he's just touching everything. It's kind of it's kind of weird. But once you've like watched the commentary on it, it makes a lot of sense why he's doing that. But it's only in the Skynet edition, and they changed the ending from when it's that street scene when it's just Sarah Connor narrating. It has an actual scene where it shows what happens in the future. So that's what's cool about that Skynet edition. And then there's Terminator 3 on Blu-ray. It's the same thing as a DVD. It's a proper 1080p transfer. It doesn't even. I don't even think this has anything new at all, does it? I think it just has documentaries, but that's it. It doesn't really have that much. It's just the quality, which is good. I'm glad I got it with the slipcover too. I think it was cheap too. And then there was the Terminator 2's This was the 4K release of Terminator 2, which a lot of people say it's a good 4K, but it's bad at this. It's good because the quality looks good, but it's bad because the colors are all changed. This is the one James Cameron actually went back and he changed it. He went and put in these really different unnecessary changes. Just some scenes the color's not as it's just weird. It has a different tone and contrast to the whole movie. That's why a lot of people say, I still say the Skynet edition is better. And this doesn't have the Skynet edition. This is just the theatrical version. And I prefer the Skynet edition. So this is still cool to have because it's in 4K, but yeah, it's just, that's what it is. And then there's Salvation. Now, this movie, I remember, I'm not a fan of this movie at all. When I first saw it, I thought it was alright. But the more times I saw it over the years, I think I've seen this probably like 10 times. And I think that was it. From the last time I saw it, probably was like, 5 years ago? 4 maybe? And I was just like, that's it. I can't sit through this movie anymore. There's so many problems. It just doesn't feel like Terminator, and it just doesn't feel like Terminator. But this Blu-ray copy is pretty cool. I mean, this is back when they gave the digital copies on an extra disc. It's just a paper now. This was the digital copy, and it wasn't a code that you redeem on a streaming service. It was actually downloaded onto the computer. I don't even have that file anymore. But the fact that you just downloaded like just a movie onto that's unheard of now, because now it works so different now. But that's how it worked back then. I think a lot of these Disney movies you see back here, like The Incredibles, I think that has a digital disc on there. Up also does too. But it's just cool. Back in the 2010, 2009, 2010 era, they did digital copies on an actual DVD disc. And now here's I'm pretty sure some of you know about this, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, the TV show that lasted 2 seasons. I mean, to be honest, this was actually a pretty good show. Like, I need to rewatch it again. I haven't rewatched it in like 5 years. But at first it looks dumb because it's like, oh, it doesn't count Terminator Salvation. It doesn't count Terminator 3. It came out the same as Salvation did, 2009, 2010. But these Blu-rays are pretty rare too. I never see them anymore, but I think you can get them cheap online somewhere. I've seen them at used Blu-ray stores like Book Off and stuff. I've seen them there for pretty cheap. But this show's pretty cool. The quality looks good. I mean, it was TV, so I remember it was on Fox, so I enjoyed the TV show. I'm pretty sure most people won't because it just has different actors playing everyone. Now here, Genesis. Oh my gosh, I remember when this trailer came out, I was just, no, this looks dumb. Yeah, Arnold's back. That looked cool, but when you watch it, it was just, oh. I'm pretty sure it's just another Terminator review saying Genesis is bad, but it is bad. I've seen this movie 5 times, and every time I was like, maybe there's something good, and no, it's just dumb. I'll admit the first 20 minutes is good. A good idea, where they go back to the old movies, because it's the old Arnold going back to the 84, the first movie, and he fights the young Arnold. That was kind of cool. And then seeing T-1000 come back, where he fights, and it's just, it was kind of cool, but they just rushed that scene so fast. It was just, if that was the whole movie, it would have been cool. For me, it would have been, okay, that's cool. He's young Arnold versus old Arnold. That sounds pretty cool, but they do it in the first 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure it was just because of budget reasons. It would have been expensive just to have that young Arnold throughout the whole movie. But I get why they didn't do it the whole movie and just kind of did it in the beginning. But that's just my thoughts on it. I don't like Genesis. And I thought at that time when it came out, I was like, it can't get any worse than this. But it did get worse. Dark Fate. Now this was the big, kill off of the Terminator franchise, in my opinion. If you've seen the movie, I can't spoil it because it's still kind of new. It's only barely a year and a half old. But if you saw it, the first 5 minutes of the movie, you know, okay, this is dumb. And the rest of it just leaves you a bad taste in your mouth when you just give up. You're like, really? And you just don't care about what happens in the movie for the rest of the movie. And it's just you got this new girl that's the new John Connor, and then this Terminator girl, and then Sarah. It's cool seeing her back, but it was just, I don't know. It was okay, but I don't know. I don't think it was that great. And Arnold was back again, but they used him in a. I just can't. There's so many reviews that say do a better job of saying how bad this is. I can't even say it, but I just didn't care for it. And I bought this too. I've only seen it 3 times, but I saw it in theaters. All Genesis and Dark Fate I saw in theaters. Then I ended up buying it, even though I hated it, because I was like, it's Terminator. I have to get it. Will there be more Terminator movies? Probably not. I hope not. But yeah, there's my Terminator collection. All of it. I probably will never sell this. I was thinking of selling the newest one, the Salvation, Genesis, and Dark Fate. I was thinking of just trade it in for cash, but they're not going to give that much for it, and they're not worth that much. Maybe if I sell some of these that I don't want anymore, but I don't know, just keeping it. If they ever make more Terminator movies, I'll probably buy it, or if they make another 4K of something, then if they make a 4K of the first Terminator movie, I'll probably get that too. So I hope you all like this. I hope you all like Terminator. Just know that is my favorite franchise. Terminator 2 is my favorite movie of all time. So I hope you like this review, and thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again real soon. Bye.